beautiful Warsaw. Let me see if I can do this website. I don't have too much time. Let's just get it going for everybody to hear loud and clear again.
1984, George Orwell wrote, "It was always the women, and above all, the young ones, who were the most bigoted adherents of the party, the swallowers of slogans, the amateur spies, and nosers out of unorthodoxy." He wasn't being misogynistic, he was making a psychological observation. In his view, women, particularly in their role as caregivers and moral enforcers, tend to prioritize safety and compassion over risk and freedom. And that instinct, while natural, is easily weaponized by totalitarian systems. When conformity is marketed as compassion, control is rebranded as care, the state taps into the feminine psyche to enforce ideological obedience. Now consider this. Men will do almost anything to attract a mate, so when the state captures women through propaganda, redefining tyranny as empathy and compliance as virtue, men follow, especially those who can't compete in the traditional dating market. They feminize themselves and trade strength for submission. This is what evolutionary biologists call the sneaky strategy, low-status males mimicking feminine traits or moral positions in hopes of reproductive access. And while all of this unfolds, families disintegrate. Single motherhood, a top predictor of poverty and social dysfunction, becomes the norm. Children from single-parent homes are far less likely to climb the economic ladder.
So, I mean, I don't know how many different times I need to explain that women are the problem, women being brainwashed, manipulated to basically destroy society. And weak, better cock males like Omari Taylor, James Key, McKee, and a bunch of other losers. This is what they're doing. You know, they feminize themselves. They're using, the ideology they're adopting is of feminine nature instead of being strong men and defending and protecting and providing for all the children. So anyway, basically, let's listen a little bit more.
Steps in as provider and protector, not the father, the state. But here's the kicker.
This is really important. When I try to explain to everyone that patriarchy is the only future, this is what I'm trying to say, that patriarchy is literally the only future. Because if you truly understand that the tyrannical government is focusing on centralization of all the provision and protection for the individual, especially the children, and the best and ultimate focus for everyone to oppose that is to have decentralization at the deepest level of a society, which is the family. You understand? And the patriarch of the family will be in charge of provision and protection and not the government. You can hate me, you can argue with me, but those are the facts and we need to focus on that. So,
the state is funded disproportionately by men, so rather than supporting the women they married and raised children with directly, men subsidize the state, which in turn provides for women through social programs. Why? Because women have been propagandized to see every relationship as a power dynamic, except one with the state, which is ironically the centralization of raw power.
Centralization of raw power. How many different ways we need to slice this pie for everyone to understand that patriarchy is the only future, is how if you truly want to save Canada, which I don't think will be possible, but if you want to try, I am actually offering you the solution. This is not something hypothetical. This is proven by data, by history, okay? You need to guys to understand that. Unless you focus on reestablishing patriarchy and supporting every single father of his children to make sure that he's in the position to be the best provider and protector for his own children, that is how you combat communism. Okay? Let's go, everybody. The reason I'm in Poland because Poland banned Communist Party. All right? As I traveled across the world to many destinations, I don't think there are more people who are more allergic to communism than Polish people, all right? And they proved themselves centuries of people who will never give up, standing for freedom and actually fighting for freedom and doing whatever it takes, whatever is necessary to accomplish the freedom. And even lose the country and then rebuild the country and be in the #1 country right now. Warsaw is the #1 city in the world, and Toronto, where my children are forced to live. My children are forced to live in Toronto against their wishes. You know how I know? Because I am their father. So my wishes for my children are my children's wishes. For all the fake and gay freedom champ crew who dismiss my rights over my children, shame on every single one of you. You are the most hypocritical creatures on this earth. Liberals have more integrity than you fake conservatives. You understand? Disgusting and despicable. And Pierre Poilievre, is the perfect leader for all of you, fake conservatives. The bigger, the better cock male, the more support he's going to get from all of you. But you are marching to your own destruction, and you are blinded by this propaganda that's just like a veil over your face. You need to come to Poland for 3 months. Every single Canadian is allowed 3 months in Poland. All right. You just need to do the electronic visa verification. This is the new rules. There's no way around it. You need to do it, but you need to come and experience literally the last island of freedom. All right. I'm not exaggerating. Poland is the last island of freedom, significant enough to make a difference in this world, especially with a large Pole community all across the world. And I'm telling you, if you're not able to move to Poland, you have to move to the little Poland of your area, whatever it is, the country, the region, the city, whatever little Poland exists within the vicinity of where you live, that is where you have to relocate. All right. And you have to organize with Poles, because those people will be your last line of hope when things are going to get more difficult. If you think this is difficult, you were not born and raised in Soviet Union like I was. And I've been sounding alarm for all of you for over 6 years. And for that, all my 3 children have been kidnapped. My children have been under mind control, child abuse for years, countless years. My son is over 10 years old, and all his life, his father had been kept away most of those times. All right. How many days? It's in 11 years. Over 3,500, right? I guess over 4,000 probably at this point, right? So out of the 4,000 days of my son's life, I actually probably can count how many days he had with his father, right? With his real father, not fake dad, David Pence. So I don't want to sidetrack too much, don't have too much time, but I just want to really acknowledge the mind control abuse that's happening over innocent children, mining specifically. But there are millions of children that have been prevented by the system, empowered by deranged feminist women. Most of them are the one that even gave birth to those children, but they are abusing their own children to make sure that they can destroy the man. I don't know how blind you have to be not see that you are being used as a tool. You've been used as a dumb tool. Dumb as in not sharp. You understand? Dull as a dull tool. Okay? Yeah. A woman, a dull tool used by the system to basically destroy men slowly, to the point where most men kill themselves when they're in a position of separation from their children. The most important thing for a good man in his life are his children. You understand? And according to Leticia Montana, the lady that I had respect for, that relocated to Playa del Carmen and launched Freedom Playa, she told me specifically that the men who kill themselves, they get it easy because they kill themselves. I mean, she told me that 3 years ago. Literally, this time 3 years ago, Leticia Montana told me to my face that men who commit suicide when they go through difficult times in their life, they get it easy. They get it easy. I guess this is why we're here. When again Sarah Herka told to my face 3 years ago as well, September will be 3 years, that she's not going to do co-parenting. I must be gay if I don't want to be with her, because I just don't want to continue all the nonsense abuse that I've been tolerating way too long. And Adele, the baby mama of my son, was correct to put me in jail for exposing her child abuse of my son on Facebook, social media. For that, I was put in jail multiple times, and that was accurate according to these fake freedom women, conservatives. They're fake conservatives. I am telling you, You guys are distracted with liberals. Liberals have more integrity than fake conservatives because liberals are at least honest of wanting to destroy you. Okay, they look you in the face and they tell you that they want you dead and that they hate you. This is what people tell me to my face, that they hate me because they can't stand my views, right? This is just my words, all right? I never apply any violence in any situations, not necessary, right? Being provoked multiple times, of course, but we have to stand the ground. And again, Poland is the place to live. This is the safest place for my children and all children and all girls specifically. Anyway, for the last 2 minutes, what I wanted to say specifically, let's just play a little bit of this more, but you have to watch the whole thing. This guy is amazing, and he does these videos on a regular basis. I highly recommend.
They've been told that to rely on a man is weakness, but to rely on a bureaucracy is empowerment. This is not progress. This is dependency with a new face. And both men and women are suffering. The childless, middle-aged woman and the incel are two sides of the same broken culture. A woman without her own child often directs her maternal instinct towards abstract causes, infantilizing minorities under the guise of social justice.
Yeah, this is a great picture to finish this video, and this is basically what I'm going to say, guys. I am very excited. 6 years ago, Hugs of a Mask was launched. I still can't comprehend fully the ripple effect from Hugs of a Masks. Like this took life of its own, and I know it was given to me by God, and I'm grateful for this opportunity, regardless of all the suffering and sacrifice that I had to do. But it got me today to this place, and I could not be in a better place for myself and all my children. All right. But I am excited to bring more children to the best city in the world and the safest city in the world, especially girls. You know, guys, I have launched Team Girl platform, in the initial stage, but again, I'm just one person and I'm looking for more volunteers. So if you want to protect girls specifically who are fatherless, all right, the girls who are fatherless either because their father been killed, all right, if you know daughters whose father have been killed, especially recently, we know multiple examples of those. Please get the mother in touch with me. I would love to bring those daughters, with the mother, of course, to Poland, Warsaw, and provide a really cool experience. As well as if you know daughters that are without the father, and there's a difficult situation, please let me know as well. I would like to help. I really would like to help fatherless children. All right. My father lost his father when I was born, so at least my father had his father, all his adult life, up to adult life. I lost my father when I was 11 years old. My brother lost his father, my younger brother lost his father, when he was 4 years old. My son lost his father countless times throughout his life, and he's been fatherless for over the last 3 years specifically, which is exceptionally ridiculous considering that everyone's exposed, but nobody's even willing to do anything about it. And then my daughter Ava lost her father before she was 3 years old. She was not even 3 years old, and she already lost her father. And my baby Rosa lost her father at 1 year old. My child Rosa Soboleva has been fatherless for the last 2 over years now, and that makes her the most mind controlled and abused child by her mother, unfortunately, but we need to expose this. So I had several projects in line to basically create for my children. I've said multiple times I'm creating a restaurant with my son for him, because we discussed this before they took him away again. So Ilya Sobolev restaurant is coming on board. I also was working on Freedom Hub in Mexico, and I told Ava, this is your building and we're gonna do this together. And she was excited. She was 2.5 years old. I already told my daughter, this is the building that we're gonna build together, our Freedom Hub hostel. Unfortunately, her mother destroyed that project. Her mother prevented my daughter learning 4 languages before she was 4 years old, and then she destroyed my Freedom Hub project as well in Mexico. But we're gonna continue moving moving forward, right? So for Ava, I have several projects that I'm going to create as a business for her. But ultimately, what I really understand now, I need to focus on my youngest daughter because she's been the most affected. And it's difficult for me to say this, but the child doesn't know her own father at all because at 1 year old, she lost her father. All right. And that's why Rosa's Place will be the first place that I have to launch, absolutely without a doubt. And Rosa's Place is the schoolgirl, school for girls, to raise them to be caring women, to be caring wives, and to be selfless mothers. All right. So, and specifically, this is for the girls who don't have a father. All right. And so Rosa's Place is coming on board. Stay tuned. If you know a widow with daughters, especially, please let her contact me. Any children, especially girls who are outside of Poland, in my opinion, are not safe. And the safest place for the girls, especially, is Warsaw, Poland, and is the best city. Toronto, air quality was the worst. My children are forced to live there against their wishes. Their wishes are my wishes. And if you want to help me to express those issues to the people who are holding hostage my children, please let me know. I will pay you. I will pay you if you go and you deliver personal messages and you record yourself expressing the wishes of my children to live with their father in Warsaw, in the best city in the world. If you do that, I will pay you. Just tell me how much and we'll make it happen. God bless you all. Peace, love, happiness, always and always. Hugs over masks is how we launched it. And then God's plan with Rosa's Place, with Ilya Sobolev, and other love projects just coming on board. Stay tuned, guys. You have no idea what's going to be happening next. But I am excited. And I know you too.